So we've always believed that mental health related issues is pervasive. It's everywhere, and everybody is burdened by it. Everybody lives with it, and if it isn't, WHO says 1 in 4. We say it's 4 out of 4 because if it isn't you, it's somebody you love, somebody in the family, community, workplace. But everybody is living, or in this case, in the classroom. But everybody is living with mental health related issues. But it's really hard to address them in a meaningful way, where in a transparent, quantifiable, impactful way. And but as a coalition, I feel we can do that, and we can do it in a way uniquely other people couldn't and haven't. And and I do believe that typically, people go down the path of legislation, but I don't know that legislation does it. I think you have to basically, where you can have the greatest impact, arguably, is on the balance sheet and engagement, because it's all about engagement. So if you can speak to the users and you can influence their influence and you can influence their engagement, that is profound. And more importantly, over 95% of the revenue for these platforms comes through advertisers. And you can have transparent clarity on practices. It has to be in plain sight. And that's what we realized we could do if we had an organized approach to building standards and ultimately a system and a rating system where we could hold tech accountable. I don't think you can do this absent of collaboration. If everybody is siloed and everybody addresses this thing through a different lens, but if everybody can align and insist on a level of transparency that is truly relevant, that affect how it in fact these platforms affect our collective well-being, that's the only way I think you can really make an impact. So that is what we've done as a coalition as a whole, and that's what we're doing with S.O.S. I think that this is an issue that affects everybody. Everybody knows it affects everybody, and it's inspiring to see some of the barriers come down, some of the walls come down, and bridges appear, and the two sides of the aisle willing to work together, and the various advocacy groups kind of holding hands, aligning critically and thoughtfully and strategically on these issues, which is why I encourage and do believe we'll see outcomes. Legislatively, it's hard to get anything legislated, but as a practical matter in the business world, it isn't hard. And and I think it's two sides working together and coming at this thing from different perspectives. I think you can and we will make meaningful impact that people would not have thought possible not that long ago. Time is of the essence, and the impact is very real. And young people go to these platforms, these communities, where they in fact find community and they find support in through good and through difficult. But at the same time, there's extraordinary collateral damage, and people are being impacted in very profound ways. So you're seeing an uprising, and justifiably, you're reading about a third or a half or a quarter of young teens today contemplate self-harm or suicide every year, and which is reflective of a state of mind that is just intolerable. So this is the time, I think, where we can rally together the emotional and strategic and financial resources to drive home change and sustainable change. So I will leave you with this. Standards don't limit freedom, they protect it. They don't slow progress, they make it safer and sustainable. Safety standards exist throughout our lives. from the cars we drive, the food we eat, even the clothes we wear, let alone the movies we watch, which have ratings now for 50 years. Our kids deserve the same level of care online that we expect for them everywhere else in their lives. They deserve platforms designed with intention, not indifference, and they deserve adults who are willing to lead together. Today, we take a meaningful step. We won't just set standards, we'll change outcomes. Thank you for being here. Thank you for standing together, and thank you for standing up for the mental health and well-being of our next generation.